I think there was a sign-up sheet of some sort, but my role was more of an advocate. I was a law student at that time.
Oh, yeah.
So they were just handing out a list, hey, Gary? That's hard to believe. Our public safety minister is in hot water.
Hey, that's something everyone can enjoy.
Gang, what's up? Aaron here, Canadian Looney. We're going to be taking a look at Carney's cabinet of corrupt ministers. He shuffled the deck, but it's still a house of cards. We're going to start off here with Gary's story. We'll get into Sean Fraser and a couple of the other ministers that are catching a lot of negative attention this week. Let's go. Gary Anandasangaree, what are you doing, bud?
Beginning in the 1980s, the Tamil Tigers fought a decades-long civil war in Sri Lanka. The group killed thousands, including civilians. The Canadian government designated the Tamil Tigers a terrorist organization, and in 2006, the RCMP found evidence the group was fundraising in Canada. Police raided this Toronto property, then the headquarters of an alleged front group called the World Tamil Movement. The RCMP said the group collected money under the guise of humanitarian aid, but was actually gathering funds from the Tamil diaspora to forward to the Tamil Tigers in Sri Lanka.
Isn't that always the way?
Sri Lanka. Inside the main fundraising office, police say they found this document titled Area Sales Coordinators, containing dozens of phone numbers, including a contact for Gary A. Global News has confirmed it matches the cell phone number of Gary Anandasangaree, Canada's recently appointed Public Safety Minister.
It was about essentially saving lives.
Anandasangaree said he doesn't know why his phone number was on the document, but it was dated December 29, 2004. 3 days after a Boxing Day tsunami devastated Sri Lanka. Anandasangaree said he was fundraising for the relief effort and has never been involved with any terrorist group or raised money for the World Tamil Movement.
I think there was a sign-up sheet of some sort, but my role was more of an advocate. I was a law student at that time.
After becoming Public Safety Minister in May, Anandasangaree announced he was recusing himself from any decisions about the World Tamil Movement and the Tamil Tigers. In July, Global News also revealed that before joining cabinet, Anandasangaree wrote letters urging immigration officials to allow a suspected former member of the Tamil Tigers to come to Canada. Anandasangaree said he was supporting the man's wife, who is a Canadian, even though she lived outside his riding. The revelations have sparked calls for his resignation, but
Gary, it's all very suspicious. Just so you know, Carney's going to keep backing him up, but that's because he put him there because Gary's going to be one of the fall guys. That's my prediction.
The Prime Minister said Anandasangaree has his full confidence, and police don't allege any wrongdoing.
This seems particularly familiar. Wasn't this Randy Boissonneau's same story last year when Trudeau needed a distraction? They had Randy Boissonneau jump on that grenade, whatever. Where's the other Randy? It was the other Randy. What a farce. Let's take a peek now. Sean Fraser, Minister of Justice, Attorney General. He's gross. He's from Nova Scotia here. Not proud of that one bit. Sean Fraser, let's take a look.
Mr. Speaker, extortion is up 357%. Earlier this week, an Abbotsford man was gunned down because of extortion. Following his death, there was another extortion-related shooting in the area. Yesterday, a BC man in the Lower Mainland was shot up, another home was shot up. Thankfully, this time, no one was injured. But every neighborhood is terrified and innocent lives are on the line. Mr. Speaker, the Liberals eliminated mandatory minimums for extortion with a firearm. How many more lives must be taken by extortion before the Liberals put a minimum sentence back on extortion?
The Honourable Minister of Justice.
Mr. Speaker, I remind my honourable colleague that extortion is illegal in Canada, and those who perpetrate it should be apprehended and punished to the full extent of the law. Specifically, Mr. Speaker, if the honourable member examines the section of the Criminal Code, he will see that there are mandatory minimums when it comes to certain offences committed with a firearm relating to extortion. Moreover, the maximum penalty is imprisonment for life. The rules reflect the seriousness with which the government takes extortion. We look forward to working with law enforcement to give them the tools they need to investigate and prevent these crimes from taking taking place in the first instance.
Member for Dufferin-Caledon.
I don't know what's worse, the Minister for Crime Reduction blaming the provinces for enforcing their bad bail laws, or the Justice Minister making witty statements like extortion is illegal. Anyone with a 5th grade education or higher knows that. The problem is, Mr. Speaker, extortion is up 357%, and these violent extortionists then get out on bail almost the next day. That's the problem, not that extortion is illegal. Everyone knows that. The real question is this: are they actually going to do something? The Minister is saying we'll do something in the fall, so it's a summer of free crime. Canadians need changes now. Will they do it? Yes or no?
The Honourable Secretary, the Honourable Minister of Justice.
Mr. Speaker, the Conservatives talk a big game when it comes from a tough-on-crime agenda, but they failed to point out that one of their members earlier this week put a motion before the Justice Committee that would actually make it easier for those charged with intimate partner violence to be released on bail. We were elected on a campaign commitment to put forward rules that would strengthen the bail system, including specifically offences tied to auto theft, to home invasion, human trafficking, and organized crime, and yes, to stiffen sentences for violent repeat offenders. If we could take the politics out of this issue, we would be happy to work together to advance public safety of this country. That's what Canadians demand. With or without the Conservatives, the Liberal government will deliver.
If we pop over to X here, we can see what Sean Fraser posted recently. This isn't the Wild West, he says. It's Canada. Canadians deserve real solutions that make us safer, not slogans that inspire fear and chaos for Pierre's political survival. Give me a break, Fraser. This also rubbed Larry Brock the wrong way. We can take a peek at that.
And then we have our Justice Minister echoing just horrible sentiments following the announcement regarding stand on guard principle to protect homeowners regarding violent home invasions. He calls it the Wild West. And look what happens literally the weekend after he makes those flippant comments, completely out of touch to the reality that's happening across this country. People are afraid. They're asking the government to exercise its number one responsibility to keep Canadians safe. I don't know what it's going to take, John, how many more deaths, how many more injuries to Canadians before this government wakes up and realizes that their soft on crime agenda, their terrible policies with respect to criminal justice and community safety are failing Canadians time after time.
People are scared indeed. They'd be terrified if they saw this. This is Ontario law enforcement and what they're suggesting people do.
In the unlikely event that you find yourself the victim of a home invasion, we are urging citizens not to take matters into their own hands. While we don't want homeowners to feel powerless, we urge you to call 911 and do everything you can to keep yourself and loved ones safe until police arrive and be the best witness possible. This could mean locking yourself in a room away from the perpetrators, hiding, fleeing the home, but don't engage unless absolutely necessary. But as it stands, we know the best defense for most people is to comply, as you've just heard, a number of safety recommendations.
We're skipping back to YouTube. We've got Pierre Poilievre. He's being asked by Rebel News a question that's going to segue into Sean Fraser. He and Fraser are enemies. Let's take a look. Glad to see Pierre Poilievre coming back to the House. I'm excited about the fall, actually. I think Carney's going to go down. Let's take a look at what Poilievre has to say.
Thank you. Second question. Yes, Mr. Poilievre, David Menzies with Rebel News.
Yes, David.
Mr. Poilievre, literally as we are speaking right now, just a little bit north of this hotel in Vaughan, a funeral is taking place for Abdul Aleem Faruqi. As you know, this is the 46-year-old father who paid the ultimate price in defending his family against home invaders. And yet yesterday, York Regional Police Chief Jim McSween, he held a news conference and he said a couple of things. One is that he wants citizens to comply during a home invasion and wait for police to arrive. He also said, quote, not to take matters into their own hands, end quote. It almost seems as though Chief McSween wants law-abiding citizens to be compliant victims. And of course, last week, in response to your comments about strengthening self-defense laws, the Justice Minister, Sean Fraser, stated on X, quote, this isn't the Wild West, it's Canada. Canadians deserve real solutions that make us safe, not slogans that inspire fear and chaos for Pierre's political survival, end quote. My question, Mr. Poilievre, is what is your response to the comments made by Chief McSween and Justice Minister Fraser?
Well, let's start with Sean Fraser's comments. He says it's not the Wild West out there. Oh, really? Maybe he should talk to Mr. Faruqi's family, this courageous and heroic man who came to the defense of his children who will be traumatized for the rest of their life by watching their father mercilessly killed by a criminal who should be in the slammer. And
Pierre has young children, right? So very, very touchy. I mean, I don't even have kids. I worry about this problem, man. It's not going away anytime soon.
And I hope that those children will, as much as their lives are going to be much more difficult, I hope that as they get older, they understand the true hero that their father was. I'm sure he didn't want to be defending his family. He wanted to be sleeping in bed like the rest of us, but he did it because of the instinct of a father to stand and fight and defend his home and his family from an invader. He shouldn't have had to, but liberal laws turned criminals free on our streets again and again and again. The Liberals have known this for years. Police officers, mayors, community groups have been crying out for an end to the Liberal catch and release criminal justice system. And yet Mark Carney, who's been Prime Minister for 5 months now, decided to go on vacation before ever reversing those laws, and made an even bigger mistake in appointing Sean Fraser as his Justice Minister, a man who first ruined the immigration system as the Immigration Minister under Trudeau, and then ruined the housing market as a Housing Minister. And to give him a third chance to screw something up, Carney has put Sean Fraser in charge of this. It's no wonder crime is raging out of control. My message is that we want to end the Wild West, lock up the criminals and throw away the key. 3 strikes, you're out. You 3 violent offenses, you go to jail and you never get out. And I'll add this. People have a right to defend their home. Your home is your castle. Someone comes into your house and threatens your family, you should have the right to take force against them to defend your family. That's what Conservatives propose with the Stand on Guard Act, and that is what we will fight for in this fall session.
Coming close to the end here, gang. We've got Industry Minister Melanie Joly. She needs a bump. She needs a bathroom break. She's ready to freak out. Leblanc is ready for happy hour. He's Privy Council Minister, U.S. Trade Minister. These guys are getting tired, I guess, of having to do their job, answering questions. Come on, give me a break.
The Prime Minister. We'll get, guys, we'll take time. We'll answer your questions.
When you're talking about metals, autos, lumber, is Canada open to a quota limit in some of these sectors? Do you expect that that is what a solution will eventually look like?
It's a very good question. It's the English version of the question that your colleague Danielle Thibault just asked from Radio-Canada. I'll give you the same answer in English. We're not going to go into that level of detail in terms of potential pistes de solution, potential areas of understanding with the Americans. We're open to having conversations that we think will put Canadian workers and the Canadian economy in a better position than we're in right now, even though relatively, as the Prime Minister said yesterday, we're in a good position compared to other countries, but we still have work to do, and those are the conversations that will be ongoing.
Yes, we'll take the quick stop screaming. Okay, David, we'll go, and after, you'll have the chance to ask your questions. It's all good. Yep. David, after you.
Based on what Mr. Leger said yesterday, there's some polling out from Abacus today, listening to ministers.
She's hurting, guys. She definitely needs a little up. Maybe some caffeine. I don't think coffee's going to do the job. Maybe she's probably got some stronger stuff.
Say we travel the country and listen. Let me put it to you that in your judgment as a cabinet, the urgency of dealing with Trump that existed at the election, it's less urgent, and voters are prepared to give Minister Leblanc time to sort that out. But it is urgent to deal with economy, jobs, and affordability.
Yep.
If I'm reading that's the takeaway from Léger's presentation and what your cabinet is doing.
So I'll let Jean-Marc speak for himself, and I think he gave you. Well, I think that people want us to be in action mode, and I think that there is.
She's all talk, man. Uses the same phrases all the time. I think her IQ is below 80.
Urgency, and particularly when it comes to the economy. All economies of the world are readapting to the reality of what the Trump administration is doing, period. And so what we're doing is we're doing different things. We're doing, first and foremost, we're taking care of ourselves. You've heard that throughout the elections. The Prime Minister was clear. The Canadians gave us a mandate to take care of the economy. And while others will get weaker, we will become stronger. That's why we made sure that we got rid of the trade barriers for July 1st. And now we're working on major national projects because we have the C5 legislation that has passed and gives us the power to do that. And so Canadians are focused on seeing what's next. What are the ports? What are the mining projects? What are the energy projects? What are, the AI projects? All the benefits, the jobs that can be created because we're attracting investments from elsewhere in the world and we're creating jobs in the country. So that's our major focus. Second focus is we need to create new partnerships in the world. The world is being redistributed in economic blocks right now. And that is why, for countries that believe in free trade, there's a space. We can work with others. And we will work with Europe. And we will work with our other Asian countries. And that's also super important because it's our way to make sure that we continue to benefit from all the advantages that trade has given us over the last decades. Thank you. En français and after you, and we'll get there. Oui.
We're sticking a fork in that. Melanie Joly is done. Oh my Lord. I like to add a little humor to the end of these videos just because it's depressing if you're really closely following this. Times are tough in Canada. It's no joke. This cabinet is. It's not funny though. It's a bad joke. Aaron, Canadian Looney, like, share, subscribe, get notified. Come and join us for one of our live shows. We cover all the question periods live. That's it. Thank you very much for watching the video, gang. We'll catch you in the next one. We're out.
Does the minister have an RPAL? Minister.
Can you repeat that question?
Member. I'll rephrase, Chair. Does the minister know what an RPAL is? Minister.
I do not.
Member. Does the minister know what the CFSC is? I'm a minister.
I do not.
Legislation has to go to a committee. To nation-building projects, how do you square this duty to consult thoroughly with the government's goal of moving these forward really quickly? When we see examples like Bill 5 in Ontario, Bill C-15 in BC.
It indicates that we do need to fully engage, and to the extent next generation, I expect the courts are going to do some significant work, but hopefully a lot of that work is and Indigenous peoples themselves.
So the courts will have to listen to what the government understands the principle to mean. And I'm asking, never mind the commentary, what do you and your Prime Minister understand free, prior, and informed consent to mean? Does it equal a veto?
In most circumstances, I think it demands a very deep level of engagement and understanding of the rights of a veto. So far, my understanding is it stops short of a complete veto.
Oh, yeah. God damn it, that's not news! What about